Welcome to the deal room.
Greetings, fellow listeners, subscribers. How's everybody doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Not too bad at all.
How was it while I was gone?
Not fun. Not fun. It wasn't fun for a couple reasons, you know? You not being here, obviously,
Yeah.
you know, not having to be able to call you and work with you, you know? But like I was mentioning, there was like something in the air. It was weird. Like some
J-Pal.
some interesting times. Like you could
mess some stuff up.
Yeah, just talking to a few different clients on the line and lenders. Remember I told you we spoke to about 4 different lenders and got some feedback on them with some things we were working on, and it was weird. It was like just like a weird feel in the air.
They get discouraged when he talks, when he's tightening up, and you got to let it cool off for 4 or 5 days. They come back. Phone's been blowing up, though.
Which is good.
Yeah, I mean.
Which is good. Because the fear that they put out there.
And they're not really wolves. I thought we'd get like a lot of wolves, you know, like, oh, you know, I'm going to put in this offer at 20% off. And it's not too bad. Obviously, they just want a realistic price at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think that's a transition we're going through that we're starting to see this week too. Well,
Yeah.
this past week or whatever we saw was, you know, it's that middle is a buyer-seller's market. And I guess each state's going to be different.
Yeah. We are definitely transitioning. It is a buyer's market.
Becoming.
Yeah.
Starting to change.
So who do we got today, my friend?
Well, we have a guest coming on today. Today's schedule has been a little crazy for all of us involved. We're going to have Mr. Sergio Pejoves with Worth Avenue Capital Group, who's going to be joining us here a little bit to discuss some opportunities that he's working on, as well as also present some opportunities for some investors that may be out there looking to invest on a passive, you know, JV situation. And one of them is pretty good. I know one of them up there is a pretty good that he's going to discuss. We were going over it. It's actually a deal that we were looking at that finally is back up and out there. A little bit in the Southern Belt, not necessarily in Florida. I don't want to give too much away. We'll leave that for Sergio. But yeah, then there's another one about a little north of us, north of Daytona.
Yeah.
He's going to bring that one up too. So
We were at that one a couple times together too.
this is a different one. This is another one. So, but yeah, he'll probably say when he goes on. They just completed inspections this week on that one.
Yeah.
So, and everything was thumbs up. It's good to get a clean bill of health. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes we see some dirty bills of health. This was a beautiful bill of health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever return that umbrella to that lady?
Of course. Of course. It was very sweet of her. Yeah, we got caught in a pretty bad rainstorm when we were touring this property. And one of the tenants was so kind. She came out and saw us and brought some umbrellas for us. Then we continued like an hour later. We finally brought them. But yeah, that was amazing. Got pretty wet that day.
That's Florida.
Yeah. Yes.
I like it because as long as it rains, that means it's not going to build up into a big old hurricane.
Yeah. My fear again this year was like, please don't get one this year. Please don't get one in any of this year, please. No.
We had a race while I was gone too, right? The 400?
We did. It was busy.
Yeah?
Oh, it was busy. Yeah, there were some rain delays though. Speaking of that too, I felt bad for them, for both the drivers and for the fans. A little off and on action going on.
NASCAR, yeah.
The roads were busy. The town was busy. The restaurants were busy. Again, that's a good thing about Daytona. You know, like you said, we have obviously all our locals that live here, which is growing at a rapid pace as locals. But then you get the events on top of it.
9 to 10 million people.
And as we've been we grew up here, you know what I mean? So just to see that it's like, it was, those events would be like, oh my God, it's so slammed. Now it's slammed. It's like super slammed. It's like Slam Plus.
Yeah.
It's like the iPhone Plus. It's the Plus Max.
Exactly. Yep.
But how was your week though?
Week was good, busy, catching up from being back. And, I threw out the emails, update the emails, everybody in the whole system, and just say, hey, I'm here, ready to go. Showings today, tomorrow, every day.
You've been busy.
Let's go. We got one at the 7 unit tomorrow. Let's see what happens with that.
Very good.
We got an offer coming in on the strip. Hopefully, we closed on a strip.
Congratulations,
on
by the
A1A,
way. Congratulations.
Yes. That's an iconic location. But yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad for
We
being
have some
back.
offers. We should have an offer coming in on the Streamline. The 42 units, the 44 unit. What else? The 92 units.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that, yeah.
The other 42 unit. And I think that's doing pretty well in this market.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking about all this with these interest rates this week, with the way the markets are moving? I mean, I know
I think
in our first week of September here,
the interest rates are going to go up. But I think if we give the price guidance, we're helping out both sides, right? So to get something going, we need to put it on paper just to have the conversation. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the answer is no. Always no. But when it gets on paper, it gets real. The conversation starts and you can come to a common ground. But without that, yeah, the rate is always going to be, hey, the rate. It's going up. No, I got to, they're in their mind, they're beating us up because of the rate. But if we can get creative, maybe owner financing, not too much of a down payment, make it substantial where there's no risk for the seller or minimal risk for the seller, then yeah, we can get to a common ground and do a deal. But unless it's on paper, like last night, even the owner of the Streamline, I was like, hey, we may have to do it in this structure. And the response I got back was, I'm not holding bleep. But when I put it on paper and we talked to the group, I think you and I can push that through, hopefully.
I mean, if you want to get something done, it depends on the asset as well. But I mean, if you want to get something done, I feel that it's definitely probably the best path of success at this moment, especially when you get the bank involved now.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Actually, we should call Paul on that. Just make it a clean deal. We do have to follow up with him on that, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
South State Bank.
But there's some lenders also that are doing good programs. There was one that sent over.
Yeah, I forwarded it to you.
Yeah, you forwarded it to me.
That's Lucas.
Lucas.
I was on the phone with him last night. Oh.
He's got good programs, man.
He thinks like he does jiu-jitsu.
Does he
so
really?
He's like all into that meditation stuff and everything. But he sent me some videos that are crazy on YouTube about different aliens and all that.
Oh,
jazz.
really?
Yeah.
He's getting out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's in Port St. Lucie. Yeah.
Yeah, but his programs are pretty good.
Yeah,
I was impressed.
Yeah. If we can start giving him some deals, we'll be able to put the link out for everyone on this channel. So that'll be good too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that is also going to be the key, is finding if you're in a, if you're buying, is just really, well, having the connections too. It's not easy. A lot of buyers don't really know lenders.
Right.
And have connections or contacts to lenders that are doing some good programs.
So I think
that have anything to offer, or that are underwriting deals at the moment.
And it's like, who do you choose, right? It's like the insecurity of, so you want to put it under contract. A lot of these guys, they're on their first or second deal, and they're insecure about the funding, where to go. Do they go to their local bank? Their local bank might say no because it's a Wells or a Bank of America or TD, which TD is pretty strict on what they do. Like, they're minimal risk. So we have to get with the guys that do this every day and get deals done. And it's not going to be at your Wells Fargo.
No.
Unless you're buying, a strip with a Starbucks, Dunkin', Pizza Hut, Domino's, and all Baskin Robbins,
all triple netted for 10 years plus.
Yeah. So that's where we can help you guys out with the lending. I know you guys it's always top of mind when you inquire about a property, especially with us, and the deal looks great, but you're still insecure about that funding, and you want to put minimal down, 20%. I know a lot of y'all, of course, the dream is 10. It ain't gonna happen. 15. Okay, some people like Sergio can get it done, but you're going to have to put 20% down. So,
I almost feel like we were getting to a place at that point just before all this is going down where you couldn't get 10% down. I really do. But now I think, I bet maybe there's probably, something out there. But
if you guys have other properties, then we can cross collateralize and you can put 10% down. But a lot of people don't want to put their homestead up, and lose their house. So
that can get a little tricky.
Yeah. Oh, we signed a deal yesterday. What about the Jacksonville deal?
Yeah, new listing. We just got off market. Yeah, we did 12.
We have so much we can't
12 units plus a retail space. Really cool, completely renovated. All the buildings have new roofs. The full-blown renovation, though, in a retail space with all the plumbing, the electrical, all the mechanicals, everything's good to go. That is also on a triple net lease with 4% increments each year, and I think they're on a 5-year lease.
Nice.
So it's not bad there. Good location, really good location.
And what's the price?
The asking price is 2.1 on that.
Perfect.
Yeah. Great like I said, the location, you're about 2 minutes from downtown Jacksonville. So it is a deal room alert.
Deal room alert.
It is.
Sorry we weren't more excited about it. So much on the brain.
A lot on the brain.
Yeah, but we'll have the brochure on the site.
Yeah.
Right?
Marketing's working on that right now. Yeah, I saw a little sneak peek this morning of it.
And we got all the numbers on it too.
Yep, locked and loaded, ready to go.
I'll probably get it up this weekend.
I'm actually maybe
on the mark, like Crexy, LoopNet, everything, so y'all can see it.
To be honest with you, Lucas would probably be, one of his programs would be great for this property.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the ones I was seeing he has two of them you can almost maybe mix. They can mix two together for this deal. Yeah, and his LTV was pretty good. I think he had one at 80, it was 85% LTV, one of the programs. So, yeah, deal room alert, 12 unit plus a retail space. Jacksonville, Florida. What's Jacksonville and Daytona Beach? They're increasing.
Yeah, go catch a game. It's football season. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that far from the stadium or anything. Speaking of the cities, we heard from one of our clients that's in the Grant Cardone camp. He was talking about Jacksonville and Daytona and what Grant was saying about the two cities, especially Daytona. Next 5 years, you're not going to be able to touch either one. So something to just consider if you're looking in the state of Florida. We do have deals in both.
Oh, yeah. Ormond, Port Orange, Daytona, New Smyrna, Flagler Beach, St. Augustine.
But all in all, I feel like as this market's starting to transition and things are doing, I guess this is where you really have to start to get creative on deals. I mean, depending, obviously the seller, I don't think it's hard because when it's your property and your asset and, it's yours. Of course you don't want to lose money. You don't want to give anything away, but the market inhales and exhales. It goes up and down every day. So it's hard to say, what is that worth? I mean, to me, like I was mentioned to a seller, I was like, honestly, I feel like the quicker we get this on the market, every day that we're just going by right now, it's going down a few bucks a square foot. So I said, if you want to do this, I really recommend we go to market with this now.
Yeah.
Don't wait because, first week is, what do you think in 4 weeks from now? What is October? Like a couple more bucks a square foot? November,
And October is known for the market crashes,
Yeah.
And then they can take that money and go buy something something else at a discounted price, and then use us to beat them up a little more.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's I think the name of the game. In. But yeah, if you could still make a nice profit now, get out like you said. 1031 that into a little bit better price deal. So creativity, a little brain power, and I'm sure it can get done if the seller's willing to sell and the buyer's willing to buy.
Yeah, like yesterday we closed on that strip on A1A. Now we sold that for about $3.2 million an acre on it, but right across from the beach, the heart of the town, beautiful property. Now he's a little not hurt, but it's bittersweet. Let's call it that. Where, he owned the property for a long time, a lot of history, family, this, that, and he got it. He got a good number. It was a cash, quick close type of situation. No BS, no games. But he's going to go pick up a Dunkin' Donuts in St. Augustine. And even though the cap rate's low, it's guaranteed income and appreciation's going to happen.
Yeah. No stress, no worry.
And the building's like built by, did I say the name? Dunkin', and like
maybe a Baskin Robbins, or they paired up, I think, or something, or is it a dual, something like that.
So he's just he can sit back and relax. It's stress-free.
Just make sure the parking lot is nice and clean.
Yeah. They take care of everything.
They're triple. Yeah,
it's triple net, so they take care of everything.
Go get a coffee or a donut or an egg sandwich.
It's actually...
Their tater tots are pretty good, actually. They're little tater.
It's actually near where we sold the first time I sold it was 42 units, 42 townhouses, and then... it ended up being, when we sold it again, 36 unit townhouses in St. Augustine. That was,
not bad.
Is that Sergio?
Yeah. Yes. The surgeon is...
right on schedule.
Right on schedule. So, without further ado, please welcome Mr. Sergio Pejoves with Worth Avenue Capital Group.
Hey guys, thanks for inviting me on your show. Looking forward to have a good discussion here.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to have you.
Thank you, Dino. How was Colombia, by the way? How was Colombia? I know you were out of town.
Yes. It was amazing.
I know.
Lots of wedding festivities.
A whole week.
Food and dancing.
A whole week.
Cocktails.
It'll all be on YouTube. It'll all be on YouTube.
Sounds good. Hey, by the way, remember we discussed on the previous episode about this deal that I connected to a broker. So it took a couple of months to get that deal cranked, but now we are under contract, and actually yesterday was the final day of the inspections. So yeah, and
Wonderful.
great feedback from the inspection. I mean, when you walk the property and you being, seasoned like me, you can kind of have an idea of the things that are needed, all the deferred maintenance that are needed. They're pretty obvious, like exteriors. You can see the roof kind of very tired, exterior painting. You can see some, cracks on the stucco, or, if it's siding, you can see also some disconnected joints. So you can kind of walk the property and get a feeling whether, there's some deferred maintenance needed. But anyhow, it was great. But it did take us some time to get into a PSA, purchase of sale agreement, because the sellers were from New York, and it took a little bit longer than expected. But we're looking forward to move to the next phase. We started the lending process, and that deal is pretty much wrapped up as far as the equity raise. But there's more deals.
Exciting. Congratulations. Happy to hear that this one's going good.
Thank you, guys.
So we know we don't want to share too many details about that one because this deal pretty much is just wrapped up. You're just in your final stages of doing your due diligence, going back and forth, working at a couple things with the lender here and there, and then really
we're kind of like
close at this point on this
2/3 of the
particular
due diligence. I mean, due diligence is not just inspections. You go through all the leases. Make sure that the rent roll matches the leases. I've heard stories about things just not matching, ghost tenants. And it's important to cross information, right? You get your rent roll, and then you match those rent rolls with the leases, and then prior to closing, or not that prior of closing, you can do what is a stop certificate, which pretty much you go with a form and you knock every single door. I mean, you have to have your team help you because if it's a lot of doors, it's a lot of work. And you want to try to do that, within 24 or 48 hours. And it's kind of like a little questionnaire to the tenant, how much are they paying, how much deposit they put, if they remember. It's just pretty much like an affidavit from every single tenant in regards of, the overall situation. And then you compare that affidavit, that estoppel with, the rent roll and the leases, and just trying to start to making sense that the data that you have is accurate. I've heard stories of rent rolls that they look one way, and then when they didn't do the estoppel, they didn't interview, they didn't knock doors on every single unit, and then after closing, there was like 40, 50, units that they had people, but they were not data or paying tenants. So there's could be a double account, double management, and it was a lot of losses on that end. And so doing a proper due diligence is very, very important. You have to protect not just yourself but your investors if you're coming on a joint venture structure or a syndication. So it's important to do proper due diligence. I mean, that's just rule number one when you are on a deal. Make sure that everything matches everything. And even if it's information that is derogatory, it's important to know. Just don't go blind on a deal. You need to know the good, the bad, everything. Mm-hmm. So when you implement your business plan and you start tackling the things that need to be done at priority level after closing, or you can also use your inspections and everything that your findings. And renegotiate with the owners. Hey, this deal was presented to me one way, and in real life it's a different way. And once you have those inspections report with pictures and notes from the inspector, you can say, hey, the roof is shut. We need re-roofs. And that could go thousands of dollars if you don't go after those monies. So it's important to be aware, and you can use those investments because they're investment. They're costing you money to do inspections and time to go ahead and go to the drawing board and say, hey, Mr. Seller, this is not something that we anticipated, and this is $100,000, $200,000, whatever amount might be, and push back a little bit and try to get the seller to give you some credits at closing, or you can ask for a price reduction, or, maybe meet halfway or something. Just you can negotiate the deal even halfway. That's okay too.
Yeah, and as we learned from you before. You've taught us all, all over YouTube. Those estoppels are important because of the deposits also, because those are supposed to be credited to you on the
Correct.
closing statement.
So if the
correct?
tenant stated a higher amount, but on the rent roll shows something different, or in the leases shows something different, you have a small 4-unit, 6-unit building. Okay, you miss up on a few hundreds, but what about you have a 100-unit deal, 200-unit deal? That those amounts add up, and then you have these assumptions that you have all these
Yes.
monies, and then you don't. Who's gonna pay after closing? The seller is gone. You have to assume those losses because those tenants, they have higher deposits that you were not aware of. You have to honor those leases or, those estoppels, or if, it's overstated, then you start to dig deeper.
Yeah, and things do get lost in translation sometimes. It's not anybody's really fault, whether it's
Yeah.
the seller, the buyer, or the broker. Not the buyer really, but I noticed yesterday was something we're working on, and deal we were discussing
good.
with
Oh,
you
yeah, I
too,
remember you
Sergio, in
mentioned that.
Jacksonville. Some of the stuff that we were looking at, it's nobody's fault. I'm not going to blame it, but there
Yeah.
was some translation stuff that was
I mean,
lost there. That was the way it was
You have
presented.
to, as they say, trust by verify.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
So
love it.
it's important to come in with that notion of, okay, let's just really checklist everything and make sure that everything is fine. So on that deal, pretty much is wrap up, and you'll go to the lending process. Appraisals are going next week, and hopefully we'll get to the finish line. I don't see why not, unless something pops in between. But so far so good.
Yeah, knock on wood.
And I guess there's also other opportunities coming into the pipeline very soon. We're underwriting. This is a very interesting story, Sean, because this deal, it was brought to me by a group. I'm not going to say the location, but up north. Anyhow, and it was brought to me, and the deal just didn't go to the right direction as we expected. There was a lot of moving parts and so on, and but then the deal was forwarded to me by another broker, and so I'm very familiar with that opportunity, and I'm gonna try to pursue it now. Sometimes things happen.
That's excellent.
I don't want to go deep into that situation because it was a lot of moving parts and not that favorable as it was presented. But then you see months later, it kind of back into my desk. So I'm very familiar with the opportunity. It's a sizable deal. It's 65. I want to see the range. 50, 65 to $75 million deal. Above 260 units, A class, and we're gonna put a bid next week. I think we're completing underwriting, but so far so good. Looks great. Looks great returns wise. So. You guys have anyone in your audience that wants to partner up with us? We never say no to 1031 exchanges. I mean, we can. I know it could be a little bit complicated when it comes to exchanges, but there's some mechanisms in which we can partner up with 1031 exchange capitals. Typically you can do a, TIC, tenant in common structure. To just make sure that you're aligned with the rules of the exchange and the IRS. So the lawyers can work on that part. But if there's some investors of yours and some audience that they wanna come join on an opportunity like that, for example, it just checks all the boxes and it's a strong market in the Carolinas.
Beautiful property.
Very good.
I mean, we know, like you said, we can't give too much
Yeah.
away, but it is
Yeah,
it's
full amenities.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Brand new, and then just the returns are awesome. So, maybe somebody in the audience, have some 1031 exchanges or some capital sitting at the bank getting how much returns, how much you get on you're putting on your money in the bank? How much percent? Was it 0.5 yield a year or something? Money market? I don't know.
Yes.
But exactly.
Yeah.
We're paying them
I know.
now to hold our
So
money.
I think that's
And we were just discussing, these are the kind of deals that, honestly, some people out there, this is the kind of stuff to be looking for as this market's kind of like in a little bit of a strange space right now. So,
Yeah, and it's
great opportunity.
passive, stress-free for them. You know, they don't have to go hunting for the deal. You're doing that legwork for them. You're arranging all the lending and all the due diligence. Everything's taken care of. It's just
I mean, it's
Phenomenal operator.
as they
It's a
say,
no-brainer.
multifamily is a team sport, right? Someone might bring the deal. Some others, can help with the capital. Managing the asset. So again, if there's someone in the audience that wants to have some capital coming soon, we can definitely talk about it, and maybe there's a link there on the bottom where I'm sorry.
We're just going to say, yeah, please feel free. Yeah, please, anyone listening that has interest in this opportunity or anything else that's being worked on, there will be a link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, as well as on a few of the other platforms that we're syndicated through. And we will easily be able to connect with Sergio on Worth Avenue to learn more
Sounds
about
good.
these opportunities.
Yeah.
And there's some good ones. Sergio just doesn't go for anything. So he's very selective.
And it
in
takes a
picking on
while,
his
Sean. I mean,
opportunities.
it's
So,
not like we get deals every day. I mean, we underwrite a lot of deals every week. I mean, throughout the years, like hundreds.
you do.
That some we spend little time because, we just can quickly toss them away, and some others that are worth going deep. I mean, we go deep. And as you said, not everybody has the time or exposure to opportunities like that, and we can, help on the financing aspects. Just to getting the debt aligned. I mean, you have to qualify for debt, and that's not easy. We pull the whole deal together and make sure that we can get to the finish line. So, as I always said, you can either bring the opportunity and create value to a team or to yourself, or you can bring capital and get that capital move and grow. So it's all about growing. Happy to discuss any future deals that we're talking to right now with anyone in your audience.
Thank you.
Excellent. What
Well, I
else
have
you
another
got?
one that just arrived in Florida. It's a small community, 48 units, townhouse. I believe the class is built in 2015, so it's very recently built. I would say B++ type of asset, and off market. Like, it was brought to me by another broker that I have a relationship with, and I'm doing the underwriting right now. So I don't know much about the returns. I don't want to speculate, but there's some deal flow there, and they look beautiful on the picture. Of course, you have to drive by the properties. You have an interest. And we will do all that work. The underwriting. We'll submit the offer. We'll do the LOI. And then, there's some interest, we'll go back and forth, negotiate. But that one is in a great location. I believe has like water views. I think there's a lake close to Orlando. I believe it's like a 40-minute drive from Orlando. Very nice community. It has a pool. What else? It just came to my desk literally a couple hours ago. So, it's fresh. It's fresh. It's fresh. It's
Beautiful.
fresh.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Great upside.
Yeah.
I knew you had something else.
He has something else on that desk. Something
No,
else.
I mean, that's
What else you got?
I know.
What else is on the desk?
What else? I know.
I know you got something.
We'll keep that for the next episode. How about that?
There you
Because
go. I love it.
the listeners are ready, to put some money in, and so let's if you guys are interested in any of these deals, with Sergio, definitely contact the deal room. Sergio's like family to us. We trust him. We've put money in with him. We've done many deals with him. He's an artist. I call him an artist. He makes everything beautiful. So it's not going to be, even if a property is A class, he'll make it triple A class.
Well, not just because it's A class. I mean, you're right, Dino. I mean, not because it's A class means that you just want to sit down and wait. You still have ways to make that class A better operational. You can,
Definitely.
from the thermostat. I mean, you can just change the thermostat. No more like those, push up or push down type of thermostats. You can get those digital ones. The old one that the Nest. Sorry, thank you,
Nest.
Dino. I was like,
The Nest.
I was finding a name. Yeah. The Nest. And
dial it up.
Exactly. And
Dial it up.
believe it or not, those create value. Just on a simple thermostat. And the investment, $100 per unit probably. I don't know how much are they going, those Nests. Everything's going so expensive lately. But from the technology package on the unit, for example, that you can make improvements. Maybe the parking lot is also pretty, but doesn't have covered parking lot. We can create some parking lot coverings, and you can charge an extra, $45, $65 a month from every unit. You do the math. You multiply the amount of units, multiply that by 12. Yeah. Now you have an increase on NOI, which increase the value. So there's just so many things that you can make better and create value. When you create value, now you can charge a little bit more. And that's the beauty about multifamily. You can't really scale when it comes to single family. I know you guys have investors on your platform that are doing the fix and flip, and have a few rental portfolios, some houses that they rent or duplexes. All's good. I'm not. I think we all started like that. But there's a point in time where you really have to take the move. Am I going to stay this size, or am I going to scale? And the answer is, if you don't scale, really, I don't know how efficient is your business or how profitable it's going to become. There's just, with a small portfolio, there's just some movements in the market or some things that you didn't, you didn't know, and you happen to replace a roof or the AC all shut down at the same time, you lose cash flow. Just a lot of things can happen. But when you have, a large number of units, it's a business of scale, if some units are down, so what? You're still operational, you're still making money. So I think it's important to, the small investors that wants to take, go to the next level, I'll be happy to give them some guidance. They can call me. Free coaching. I don't typically, at one point I'll do a coaching program. I've been asked so many times, hey, send me the link. What should I pay for your time? But at the moment, I don't have none of that stuff. But it's definitely a to-do list for, sometime down the road. But if anyone who wants to have a one-on-one consultation with me, I'll be happy to give them some advisory. They want to talk to me about business. They want to talk to me about how can they grow their capital. Hey, need some guidance. Happy to serve them.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah. And the listeners, I'm sure, are very appreciative.
Well, we all need someone Sergio, there, that, we gotta run a question. There's no silly question. All questions are valid. So, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me or someone that around your network that is knows a little bit more than you, and that's okay. It's okay. I also consult with others, so it's important to reach out and grow.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody needs a coach or a mentor. Everyone. Even Tom Brady has somebody.
Oh, yeah. Always learning. And Sergio, we know you're so limited today. We can't thank you enough for, taking the time to jump on this with us today.
Anytime, Sean, anytime you need to come in and, last minute appearance or schedule appearance, happy to always contribute to your audience. I mean, you have a beautiful audience that follows you, and it's all about giving value and help them grow.
Yeah, thank you. And we're talking, I know we want to try to do a lot of stuff with you here now moving forward, at least twice a month minimum, of doing different segments and different deals that, are being pitched and things that are going on. Like you said, coaching, just again, bringing value to people and really just
even the simple things,
merging all
even
that
the
stuff
simple
together
things
into
are,
one.
go back to basics, as I mentioned to you the other day, just, basic educational, sometimes because we've been in the business for so long, we just assume that everybody knows the simple terms, and we can also go back to the ABC, say, hey, how can I get started on this business, and just go in a sequence and educate people how they can really take one step forward and just start with sometimes simple. It's okay,
I'm a huge believer in that.
Definitely.
Fundamentals.
Definitely fundamentals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Tim Duncan, baby.
Yeah, and go come back. Yeah, grow.
Thank you so much, Sergio,
Thank
for
you,
being here today. Tell Carmel we said hello and congratulations on her
So
new
I will tell her that.
venture.
Thank you, Dino.
Yes. Yes. And also pre-congratulations that you're almost going to close on another
Thank you
transaction
very much.
here.
Yep.
Pre-congratulations. We will
Sounds
definitely
good.
celebrate
And
when
you
it's
guys
done.
keep rocking, and best of luck on your new journeys. We'll talk soon, guys. Take care.